the title Career in Mediation. So in this program, we have a panel of trained mediators and mediation trainers. So they would be talking on what is the scope of mediation as a career option for law graduates. So in the panel, we have Mr. J.P. Singh, Ms. Laila Olapalli, Mr. A.J. Jawad, and Mr. Jonathan. And as special invitee, at the request of Honorable the Chief Justice, we have on this panel Mr. Elias Go from Singapore. So welcome all the panelists. It's a real privilege for all of us to have the illustrious panel talking to all of us on the nuances of mediation, especially mediation as a career. This program would be moderated by Mr. J.P. Singh. I'll give you a brief introduction of Mr. Singh, though his introduction is beyond the scope of 1.5 hours of program. He has achieved so much while doing this mediation and mediation training. Mr. J.P. Singh is well-known civil, commercial, and arbitration lawyer and an accomplished mediator. He has been the founder, organizing secretary of Samadhan, the Delhi High Court Mediation and Conciliation Center. He received his basic training in mediation in India and his advanced training at various institutes, university in USA. He has trained several high courts and district courts in the country and also the judicial officers at Delhi Judicial Academy, Jharkhand Judicial Academy, and J&K Judicial Academy. We had few programs, and in mediation committee also conducted few programs with Mr. J.P. Singh as one of the panelists. He is also a member of panel constituted by the Supreme Court for recommending legislation on mediation. He has been appointed mediator in several important and large commercial disputes by the Supreme Court and the Delhi High Court. Apart from being a highly successful lawyer in court, he is a golf champion of great repute and has adorned several golf courses of the country with his talent. So it would be our privilege to invite Mr. Singh to Srinagar golf courses also, known to be finest golf courses in the country. So this is the brief introduction which I could give, but Mr. Singh has great achievements. And for us, it's always a privilege because he has conducted many programs with mediation committee. And from tomorrow onwards, we are having a second phase of mediation training for Leh and Kargil. So welcome, Mr. Singh. So now I would request Mr. Singh to start deliberations in the program and also to introduce our illustrious panel. Yes, please, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Rajiv Gupta. You have been very lavish, as usual, with your praises. I don't know. I mean, I always say I do not know how much I deserve. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. Let me introduce today's speakers to you. Madam Laila Olapalli is a case litigator who left a lucrative practice for over 3 decades to become a full-time mediator. She is founder of the Center of Advanced Mediation Practice, commonly known as CAMP, located at Bangalore. Mr. A.J. Jawad started his practice in law in 1988 from Chennai. He is an accredited mediator and trainer and has conducted several mediation training programs in different states in India under the aegis of National Mediation and Conciliation Plan of the Honorable Supreme Court of India. Mr. Jonathan Rodrigues holds a bachelor degree in law from Goa University. He pursued his LLM in mediation and conflict resolution at the University of Strathclyde in Glasgow, Scotland. He founded the PACT, an organization dedicated to mediation awareness and education. Mr. Aloysius Go, our special invitee, he needs no introduction. He is the CEO and founder of Sage Mediation, senior faculty at the Singapore Mediation Center, and founding chairman of the Peacemakers Conference. He's a very spiritual person, but for the fact that he took to mediation, he could have been a monk. And if you go on Google, it will tell you that he's a fitness freak. I mean, you can see that he doesn't look his age at all. I have been closely associated with our speakers for the past several years. They are hands-on mediation as well as mediators, as well as trainers in the field of mediation, having trained students, lawyers, judges, corporates, and people from all walks of life. I wish to take full advantage of the galaxy of stars present here on the topic of this webinar. First of all, let me tell you a little about mediation. Mediation is emerging as a preferable means to manage differences in our relationships, families, workplaces, schools, communities, and institutions. In a broad sense, mediation encompasses a form of communication where barriers are broken down and bridges are built. The mediator is a neutral third party who focuses discussions and helps shape the language used with a goal of coming up with mutually acceptable solution. This process opens communication channels and creates an atmosphere for problem solving. Mediation extends the negotiation process by asking the third party neutral to monitor the process while allowing the disputants responsibility for their own resolution to the conflict. When two parties engage in a discussion attempting to reach an agreement of their dispute, they are using the process of negotiation. When they cannot resolve the dispute on their own, they need the assistance of a third party, the mediator. Conflict is inevitable in our lives. When conflict resolution is seen as a contest, it results in ineffective, frustrating, and unproductive outcomes. In mediation, the two parties are not in a contest. The goal is to find the appropriate resolution to the conflict, one that satisfies both the parties. Now, to act as a mediator, you have to undergo training. Like any other skill you seek to acquire in life, you need to learn specialized negotiation and communication skills besides learning the mediation process. Mediation has been effectively practiced in India since 2005 after the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court in Salem Advocate Bar Association's case upholding amendment to Section 89 of the Civil Procedure Code and directing every High Court to set up court-annexed mediation centers. Now, several statutes have introduced the concept and use of mediation as a process of alternative dispute resolution to resolve disputes like consumer disputes, commercial disputes, matrimonial and family disputes, and the like. Now, with this in mind, may I begin with you, Madam Leila Ollapalli. You have often said that knowledge of mediation skills is an asset for a lawyer. Now, how does a mediator's mindset make you a better lawyer and a better professional?
Thank you, JP, and I'm very grateful to all of you and to being here with all of you and to participate in this wonderful program. So thanks to the team at Jammu and Kashmir. I wish I was there Such a beautiful place. So, JP, to answer your question, a mediator is a person who stands between two or more opponents or opposing views without the power to take a decision. So there is a Montenegrin proverb which says, the peacemaker faces 2/3 of the blows. 2/3 of the blows are taken by the peacemaker. So which means a mediator has to have grit and patience and a tough skin, no ego, etc. So today we're here not exactly to talk about the mediator. I mean, in this answering your question, let's come back to mediator's mindset and why it's important. I want to, I go back to a case that I mediated some years ago. This was referred by the Supreme Court. The parties come in for mediation saying, we've been in court for 25 years. We've reached the Supreme Court. We don't need any mediation. The outcome is close at hand. But I tell them, anyway, you've come. So let's hear what you have to say. I persuaded them. They came in. Couple of hours through the mediation, we realized that the parties were actually seeking a suit for declaration of title. 25 years ago, what was filed was an eviction suit. So I tell them, you have another 25 years. That's what persuaded them to come to a resolution. What happened? Why did the lawyers file an eviction suit when the parties wanted a suit for declaration? I go back to our training in law schools. Our training in law schools is about speaking, influencing, communicating to influence, not to listen. Not to listen in a manner that you hear. To understand what is the message beneath the words, the non-verbals. That is not our training. So what mediation teaches is to help you listen hearingly, to have empathy, to have compassion. And having introduced mediation, I'm already seeing that the mindsets of the lawyers are also changing. Recently, I was mediating a matrimonial dispute custody of the child. I noticed that both the lawyers were actually looking at best interest of the child. The adversarial slowly giving way to what is the best interest. And today I was listening to the TV. We've all been glued to the American election, and what really won was unifying forces, not the divisive. Concepts like soul of the nation. So for lawyers, the soul of justice is better addressed with a mediator's mindset as well, an awareness of a mediator's mindset. But not only for lawyers. This concept today is applicable to all fields is a way of life. Today, decision making has gone through a revolution. It's no more the hierarchical pyramid kind of structure for decision making. It's not just one person at the top of the pyramid who takes a decision. It is flattened. It's about teams, groups, collaboration, creating value, not just claiming value. And as JP said, building bridges. This is what negotiation today is all about. And this is what we learn in our mediation classes. How do you collaborate? How do you create value? How do you build bridges? So today I'm saying this is no more just required in the legal arena. It is a way of life. Children in schools, colleges, in different workforces, organize team building. That is leadership. Building leadership through mediation. Being able to handle different